Hey everybody, this is John Franklin Reviewer and I'm back doing another listing. This one is top 10 movies that do not need to have a sequel. How the rule goes is that it's 2 movies, your original and 1 other movie. Please be respectful in the comment section here. You may like these sequels. I'm not a fan of them one bit here. So let's get started. So number 10, I think is a very obvious choice here, and that is Under Siege 2. Okay, Seagal used to be good in the 90s. Not in this movie, but other movies he has been, like the original, was really good. But this one, even Seagal did not even want to make this movie, truthfully, here. It's pretty much you got him and his niece go on a train wherever they're going, and terrorists come on, and then he has to play hero. And this is a very ridiculous story here, and I really didn't like anything about it. I mean, Seagal himself, I didn't really care about. His niece, the bad guys, any of them. You know, there was really nothing, truthfully, anything cool about this movie here, and I really don't even want to talk anymore about it. So let's just go right on to number 9 here, Ghost Rider 2 with Nicolas Cage. Now, once again, love the first one, love all the actors in that movie. Even Nicolas Cage is pretty decent in this sequel here, but everybody else around him doesn't even feel like they want to be in this movie here. You got like a new guy who plays Satan because Peter Fonda didn't come back. I don't blame him one bit there. The story is, I don't know, I just didn't like the story of this one here. You got this one kind of henchman who ends up being the devil's right-hand man like halfway through the movie there. He's actually kind of cool. I like his design and the way he looks and all that there. But the whole thing is that Nicolas Cage got to protect this mother and son, which this son turns out that he's actually the son of Satan. The humor really falls flat in this too. The first one's really cool. This one again, you know, not really anything really good about this movie. And anybody else that's actually in this movie that you may recognize, like Christopher Lambert, you know, a little disappointed in this one, honestly. Okay, moving on from there is we're looking at number 8, Charlie's Angels 2. That didn't need to be made, honestly. The first one, I loved everybody in that cast, including your angels. In this one, I don't even give a fuck about what they do in this one. This is directed by Mick G, who is a music video director. This one feels more like a music video movie than the first one. The first one at least had a good story and a lot of good characters that really tried and wanted to feel like they wanted to be in this movie. This one, I just don't think anybody really even gave a damn anymore, truthfully. I mean, you said you got your 3 main characters, you got your villain played by Demi Moore, who used to be so damn good in the 80s and the 90s. Not too thrilled with her, unfortunately, anymore. And her, because she used to be a Charlie's Angel and she got kicked out for some reason. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. And I just didn't really care anything about her story there. They brought back Crispin Glover, who unfortunately decides that instead of just being a fucking crazy person like he was in the first one with a great umbrella and all that and kill these angels, he starts falling in love with one of them, which was Drew Barrymore's character. That just kind of came out of left field for me, wasn't it? You also get a cameo from Bruce Willis in this film. I don't know, just everything. I mean, everything about this was very ridiculous. And again, worse than the first one. And I love the first one, truthfully. Okay, so now we're looking at number 7, The Hills Have Eyes 2, the remake. So the thing is that the remake is pretty much military, American military versus these inbreds here. And the thing that really pisses me off, and I get that it's a movie, I understand it's a movie, but I hate when they actually make the American military like we're a joke, and we're not. We're not one bit on that there. See, and anything you got these military people trying to survive against the inbreds who are supposed to be fucking stupid, and they're like smart as hell in this movie, and yet to a point smart, like, you know. The only like really good thing I could say about this movie is some of the makeup, and there's some cool violence in it here, but there's a very stupid and fucking unnecessary rape scene that did not need to be in this movie one bit. And I felt bad that Wes Craven decided to put his name in. Number 6 is Heavy Metal 2000. Now, I don't despise this movie. It just feels like every time I sit down and watch it, it's less and less and less than how when I first liked it. Now, the thing I liked about the first one that came out in 1981 was I liked the short stories. I really liked the anthology that they pretty much went with it. They're kind of like Creep Show, just little, like, you know, little bits of stories on that. And I thought it was really cool, you know, violent as hell. You got your sex, you got your nudity, great story, great dialogue, great voiceover on that one there. And the thing that I'll give the second one over the first one is that the violence is definitely more top-notch, but we are talking 19 years, again, from 81 to 2000 here. And the thing is that the big thing I hate about this movie, and it's not the movie's fault because it's just around the time this happens, is that this movie is full of cliches. And around 2000s or even like 99, you start getting into those cliche movies and you knew everything was going to happen almost beat by beat. No surprise, about an hour into the movie or so, your hero had a chance to kill the villain, something gets fucked up, and she has to wait till the end of the movie to go kill him and all that. And the villain, I'll say, was really good, voiced by Michael Ironside. He's definitely one of the positives, the violence and also his voiceover and him just being in the movie, of course. They're really enjoyed it for what it was. Number 5 is Gremlins 2. Now, I know there's a lot of people that enjoy Gremlins 2. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I thought the first couple views of it, I thought was good. But just like Heavy Metal 2000, maybe even worse, it really drops down for me. So I'm not exactly too thrilled with it on that. You get your 2 main characters that come back in this one that I don't think they're as good as they were in the first one. You get Dick Miller back, actually, in this one, has a smaller part than he did in the first one, which he was damn good in the first one there. The Gremlins themselves, well, you get one of them that talks, you get one that turns into electricity, one that turns into a giant spider. You get a female gremlin who actually starts falling in love with a human being, and that was, to me, and it's kind of the way it ended there too, very disturbing on that there too. Gizmo was still good. I honestly loved how he went fucking Rambo on the gremlin spider. That was probably one of the best things about it there, other than I'd say Dick Miller was another one that was awesome to be in this movie here too. Okay, so number 4, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This one could have been a lot better. I thought it was going to be, it felt bigger and better than the first one, and the first one was so damn good. I liked everything about it. They tried something different with a different villain and all that there. And then you come up and you get Green Goblin, you get Electro, played by Jamie Foxx, which I was disappointed with him, honestly. I mean, I know a lot of villains are like this, a freak accident. He was just, I felt like Jamie Foxx was wasted in this, and he's such a great actor, and I would love to see him in another comic book movie than this one, honestly, here. Then you get Rhino, played by Paul Giamatti, who was fucking wasted. He's pretty much at the beginning of the film and at the end of the film, and that's it. Not too thrilled about that. Andrew Garfield, I didn't feel like that his connection was there. The special effects wasn't as good. There were some cool things about it. There was some humor about the movie that was excellent and all that there. But the only thing I really liked about the movie is Gwen Stacy's death. Okay, moving on from there is number 3 in Speed 2, the one that we have Sandra Bullock that comes back, but then we also have someone else named Jason Patric, who I thought was playing the Keanu Reeves character. The only connection that they really have is that he's a cop, just like Keanu Reeves was in the first one. They go from a bus to a boat. And it feels so freaking stupid, honestly. And Sandra Bullock wasn't even that good. Then Jason Patric, I didn't like him. William Dafoe as your fucking villain could not even hold this movie as like, oh, this is a good movie because he's good as a villain and all that. His acting was bad. Everybody else in this movie was just horrible. And it was just like, once Keanu Reeves said no, this should have been, you know what, scrap the script. Number 2 is Mortal Kombat Annihilation. A lot of people would probably agree with me on this. This was a movie that did not need to be made. The first one was probably the only good to a point maybe before Sonic the Hedgehog came out. Probably one of the only good video game movies that came out. The first one was so good, great story, great fight. You got Christopher Lambert in this one, just really good. You bring out the sequel, and what is the worst thing about this movie? Well, two things, honestly. The special effects, of course, almost everything about the special effects, and just the horrible fucking acting from everybody. I mean, I was at least expecting like a hand-me-up kind of villain who we got, and we did not. Honestly, I think that the only thing that really would have worked for this movie, and unfortunately the same year, he was in a different movie called Titanic, and I'm talking about Billy Zane. I think Billy Zane would have fucking made that movie just like he did Demon Knights. He would have had fun with this movie, but it was too serious. They tried to make a drama. I get it, it's the end of the world, but why not have your fun and all that there? But they only have like one or two returning actors in this, and then everybody else is replaced, like Johnny Cage, who dies in the first like 10 minutes of this movie. Raiden's another one they changed. Christopher Lambert didn't come back, which is perfectly fine. They get someone else, and he's a good actor. He was just horrible as Raiden. Number one, and out of all these movies, this is the one that fucking pisses me off more than any other movie, and that is U.S. Marshals, the sequel to The Fugitive. Fugitive, damn good movie. Pretty much, The Fugitive is a masterpiece, one of the best 90s movies out there. You come up with a sequel, and you get Tommy Lee Jones coming back. I did not fucking believe anything that he did. You get Robert Downey Jr., who turns out that he ends up being the fucking bad guy all along here. You get Wesley Snipes, who I felt so bad for him, because in the same year, he did another movie called Blade, which was so much better than this movie for sure. All your other returning cast members, like from the FBI team with Tommy Lee Jones and all that, they're all pretty much wasted. No one does bring a really good performance in this movie. This is just a joke of a movie. And the whole thing at the very beginning, when you see Tommy Lee Jones in a fucking chicken outfit going after a gang member, oh my God, this it fucking pisses me off. Okay, you know what? I'm done talking about these movies here. That is my top 10 list there of sequels we do not need, and just could have just kept the original as it was there. So anyways, I'd like to hear your opinion, your comments down below here. Do you agree? Do you actually or disagree? Do you like any of these movies here? I'd be kind of curious to see what you go with on that. And do you have a list? Do you have a top 10, top 5, even one or two movies that you wish that the sequel did not exist and you just had the first one? Maybe. Please like, please subscribe, hit that notification button. Do appreciate it. As always, thank you for watching one of my videos here, another top 10. And as always, stay awesome.